Now the children of Israel encamped before them, like two little flocks of goats, while the Syrians filled the countryside. Then a man of God came and spoke to the king of Israel.
Thus says the Lord, because the Syrians have said, "The Lord is God of the hills, but he is not God of the valleys." Therefore, I will deliver all this great multitude into your hand, and you shall know that I am the Lord.
And they encamped opposite each other for 7 days. So it was that on the 7th day the battle was joined, and the children of Israel killed 100,000 foot soldiers of the Syrians in 1 day. But the rest fled to Aphek into the city. Then a wall fell on 27,000 of the men who were left. And Ben-Hadad fled and went into the city, into an inner chamber. Then his servants said to him,
"Look now, we have heard that the kings of the house of Israel are merciful kings. Please let us put sackcloth around our waist and ropes around our heads, and go out to the king of Israel. Perhaps he will spare your life."
So they wore sackcloth around their waists, and put ropes around their heads, and came to the king of Israel, and said,
"Your servant, Ben-Hadad says, please, let me live."
Is he still alive? He is my brother.
Now the men were watching closely to see whether any sign of mercy would come from him. And they quickly grasped at this word.
"Your brother, Ben-Hadad."
Go, bring him.
Then Ben-Hadad came out to him, and he had him come up into the chariot. So Ben-Hadad said to him,
"Cities which my father took from your father I will restore. And you may set up marketplaces for yourself in Damascus, as my father did in Samaria."
I will send you away with this treaty.
So he made a treaty with him, and sent him away. Now a certain man of the sons of the prophets said to his neighbor by the word of the Lord,
"Strike me, please,
and the man refused to strike him.
because you have not obeyed the voice of the Lord. Surely, as soon as you depart from me, a lion shall kill you."
And as soon as he left him, a lion found him and killed him. And he found another man.
"Strike me, please."
So the man struck him, inflicting a wound. Then the prophet departed, and waited for the king by the road, and disguised himself with a bandage over his eyes. Now, as the king passed by, he cried out to the king,
"Your servant went out into the midst of the battle, and there a man came over and brought a man to me and said, 'Guard this man. If by any means he is missing, your life shall be for his life, or else you shall pay a talent of silver.' While your servant was busy here and there, he was gone."
Then the king of Israel said to him,
So shall your judgment be. You yourself have decided it.
and he hastened to take the bandage away from his eyes. And the king of Israel recognized him as one of the prophets.
"Thus says the Lord, because you have let slip out of your hand a man whom I appointed to utter destruction. Therefore your life shall go for his life, and your people for his people."
So the king of Israel went to his house sullen and displeased, and came to Samaria.
1 Kings, chapter 21.
And it came to pass after these things that Naboth the Jezreelite had a vineyard, which was in Jezreel, next to the palace of Ahab king of Samaria. So Ahab spoke to Naboth,
Give me your vineyard that I may have it for a vegetable garden, because it is near, next to my house. And for it I will